Did I get you? All the fellow tow operators know what that sound means. We're going towing. We're actually at my buddy's house. We're picking up a Volkswagen Beetle today. So we're going to walk over here and check out and see what we got. Alright, so this Volkswagen Beetle here is what we are here to get. It says it runs and drives, but it's got stuff all up underneath the tires to keep it from rolling. First things first, we're going to snap our pictures. That tire looks low. Hood is popped. He said it ran and drove. It, just the cooling fans wouldn't come on. So it would overheat. X. Yeah. Type in the license plate into tow book. So it populates all the information. Cool thing about this is whenever you do that, it types in all the information automatically. It says front wheel drive or the VIN number and all that, the year, make, model, all that stuff gets populated automatically, so you don't have to like do any guesswork. This tire's low, so I'm gonna have to, I don't have to, but I'm going to air that tire up. Let me pull y'all off my chest. Floor mat, there's a thing there. Is this thing standard? It is standard. That is why this board's here. So it probably does not have a functioning e-brake, if I had to guess. I'm gonna set this stuff here. Keys are supposed to be in it. Oh, let's see. Neutral. If I was a key, where would I be? A dash pad, maybe? Where is the key? Might have to figure out where the key's at. Let me go find out where the key's at. He said key is on the cowling, huh? If there's a snake, it would have bit me. Got it. Okay. Now it should start and run. Neutral. Not want to start. Kind of drug a little bit. Alright. Till I am not. Woo. Is there a. Is there a neutral lockout in this thing? Where the heck is reverse? That's second. That's third. Or second. That's first, second, third, fourth. There's a whole lot of guessing that. I am off the clutch in some kind of gear, and it does not. It says reverse is over here, but there's no reverse there, and I don't feel a lockout. Might have to push this because I don't know where reverse is. It feels like it's probably down and over. Maybe it doesn't work. So we're gonna give her an old push. Come on. There we go. Sucks doing this by yourself. Now we can get her into first. Good. The clutch is sensitive. So if anyone happens to know where reverse is on one of these new Beetles, put in the comments. Let me know, because I can't find it. I don't feel any kind of a neutral lockout or anything. Like in my Jeep, it's a little ring you gotta pull. I don't feel one on this for whatever reason. That's what I like about American vehicles. They're all pretty standardized. Alright. Now we get to the fun part. Cooking this thing up. This hood is up. Now I did pop the little latch here. Make sure that's down before I forget. Stuff like that will catch air going down the road and fly up. Okay. So while I get it up, I'm gonna come out. Click on each side. And we'll adjust from there. I need to put some air in that tire. For those of you that have been asking, I've gotten a bunch of comments on, they're like, I thought you weren't towing, I thought you weren't towing. I obviously have not been keeping up with my channel from a few videos back where I talked about how I was going to start towing with the little wrecker again. 11 pounds of air in this tire. I don't know what's supposed to be in it. We're going to put it to 25. I'll check the other ones. All the other ones look pretty good. Need to do some work to this truck, which we'll go over in a minute. It's work that's been needing to be done for quite a while. I just haven't ever actually taking the time to do it, and then I stopped running this truck full time. One thing I need to do, really, my buddy just messaged me. He's like, sorry, push down and to the left and then up. For reverse. Too late. I'm gonna have to try that though, because now I'm curious as to where reverse is. That should be pretty close there. That's actually way too wide. Which is kind of what I figured. So I widened this wheel lift. This one might. I think it might actually be about right. Good enough. I'm going to try to probably double pick this. I can get this out of the way now. Probably gonna end up double picking the bug here, because I want to get these in as close as I can. I'll show you why in just a minute. One of these under here. And one of these under here. I want to close those wheel grids up about as tight as I can get. See how much room there is? That will help lift the front about as high as I can get it. See how many clicks I can get out of this one. A little bit more. This one. I got it. Okay, so we got half holes there. Come on. There we go. There we go. Got that one locked in. Now, we should have, look how much more room we got on that bumper now. See, if on these German cars, you're real close to the oil pans and stuff. On these, if I was going any further than I am, I would turn this around and dolly it, even though it's just a little front-wheel drive car. But in this particular instance, we're not going far enough with it. And I have at least attempted to mitigate the risk. I'm going to shut this thing off so we don't have to talk over it. Also, so we're not disturbing the neighborhood because it is 8 a.m. If anybody is working nights, because we have a lot of industrial work in the area, a lot of plant operators and construction workers here, so I don't want to be keeping anybody up. Plus, this truck likes to burn fuel and oil if you let it sit there idle. Strapped there. One thing I have done repair and upgrade wise, I put a new tilt cylinder on this. Whenever I had previously been running this truck full time, I had one of the ears here on the other side there on the wheel lift fail, and it broke the end of the hydraulic ram off, and we had patched together the ram, but it always bled down after that, like tilt. Ever since I bought this thing, it's always like the wheel lift is extended down over time, and whenever that happened, it really started tilting really bad. So I found a replacement cylinder and just never put it on. Not like how not flat that is. Okay. And nothing at risk of dragging there. Parking brake. You need to release the parking brake. Parking brake is down. Lowest forward gear. And I'm taking the keys with me. We should be good to go. That is the bug loaded on my old Ford. So, we're gonna get out of here, haul this thing over to the shop so that they can begin their repairs, figure out what's going on with the cooling fans. Probably extend out just a little bit. I'm gonna come down a touch. I want to come out just to have some more turning room there. Other than that, we're ready to go. I'm going to snap a picture of it loaded. We're gonna hit the road. Alright, so we are at the shop. They are not open yet, it seems. So while we're waiting on them to open, I'm gonna go ahead and drop this right here. There's a little bit of traffic on this road, but not just a ton. So I got my lights on there, which is one of the upgrades that we will go over here in just a little bit. Whenever we get done with this, I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that I want to do to this truck. Since we're here in the road, turn on my flashing lights on my tow-mate. I get a lot of questions about that bar. That is the tow-mate Saber light bar. It has 4 different modes. It has that strobe function. It also has strobe with taillights. Let's let this car go by. Where it'll strobe while you're going down the road. And then when you hit your brakes or the turn signals, it automatically changes to the turn signals. And then once you turn them off, it'll I turn my PTO on. It'll go back to the strobes, which is a feature that I really like, especially for towing heavier stuff or stuff where you're not going to be going as fast, like you're going to be blocking a lane or something, you know, and you don't want to step on the non-traffic side of the truck. You don't want to go highway speed or something. You got to go like, 50, 55 or whatever, It's perfect for that. It also has the normal taillight function, like any other light bar. And it's got some pressure on it. Yeah. It has a white reverse light function. So if you're backing something in at night, obviously if it's behind your wrecker, your normal work lights would have a dead zone back there. And you wouldn't be able to, you'd have a shadow right behind the vehicle. So you can turn the reverse light on your light bar, and then it casts light back there to where you can actually see everything, which I really enjoy. What are we hung up on? Oh, digging into the tire. So this one, since we had that grid in there tighter, hit bit under the tire and was just coming with was not wanting to pivot around. Alright, I'm going to set this on the ground for now. We're going to, while we're waiting, see if we can find reverse. Going to kill my truck. Wait for them to open up the shop here. Yeah. So, he says, which is what I thought, over said, so that's first, that's second, so that should be third, that should be fourth, that should be fifth, which means that should be reverse. That is definitely fourth. That is definitely fifth. That is definitely fourth still. I don't know where the heck is reverse on this thing. That's definitely fourth. I know I'm doing something wrong here. It's all the way. Is there like a gate somewhere? I don't know. Grab my personal phone. I don't want to sit here and overheat this thing trying to find reverse. Now I'm just gonna back my truck up behind this one because I know we can find a forward gear rather than sit here and overheat this thing. Why am I trying to do it without turning the truck on? Instead of trying to overheat it because the cooling fans aren't kicking on. Or jump it into a forward gear and like smash into the back of my truck or something. We're just gonna avoid all of that altogether. That's why I have this chain on, like I was talking about earlier, how this wheel lift wants to like sink down. Put that chain to hold it up so after a day or two that wheel lift doesn't want to fall. I'm gonna back up in front, or I'm gonna back up behind the car here while we wait for the shop. Alright, so I'm parked behind the car now, which will both serve as a block for the little car. It also puts my lights more visible. And while we're waiting for the shop to open up, we will talk about why I'm towing and my plans for the future and this truck. Like I was talking about, I want to upgrade that light bar. Been wanting to do that for a while. Now that I'm going to be running this truck full time again, I really want to do it. This past weekend was actually my birthday weekend, and it was also the San Antonio Tow Show. So we went up there and checked that. I was planning on filming, ended up got no footage whatsoever. The show was kind of lackluster at best. It was not a very big show or anything very special. So I ended up not recording anything. We made a couple laps and then ended up going to the Riverwalk and spent the day there, went hiking and did some other stuff instead of hanging out at the tow show as long as I thought I would end up. While I was there, I was at the Towmate booth looking at the new Towmate Infintra, I think that's how you say it, light bar, which is a really cool, it has a bunch of really cool features. It's really super simple install, and It's like just a 2-wire install for both the control pad and the light bar itself. So for somebody like me that is not an electrician, it's a super simple install. It comes pre-programmed, and with all the stuff, you literally just start plunking around on the buttons. You can program it however you want to. You don't have to do a bunch of dumb stuff like you have to on some of the other light bars to program them. You can have red and blues all the way around, amber, white all the way around, mixture of the two. You can change between the front and the rear colors. You have a full option of takedowns. You can plumb in other lighting, like the work lights that are up on top and down here, which is another upgrade I'm going to be doing to this. In addition to that light bar, I want to put the strobes, like if you've seen like some of the old rollbacks I used to run when I was an employee for some of the other companies, I want to put some of those lights down on the bottom, like I also put on the back of my big wrecker, which is still for sale, by the way. We'll get to that in a minute. But I want to put some up here, down here, and probably one hanging off the side here, kind of like how I did the big wrecker, where I can have it, you know, facing front and rear, but then also fold it down flat to where it's like a side light for when I'm working off the side of the road, which I've used on the big wrecker before. I don't think I had that on video though. That was not really a YouTube job. That one was that was really handy, to be able to have the lights pointed to, you know, point to the side there, or like I could actually aim the light where exactly I needed it to be pointed. So probably gonna do that by putting one right there as well. Also, I had already had them mounted a while back. I'm gonna have two here on the front, so I have some like front facing lights and also some work lights I'm gonna tie in with the light bar that Casey Liddell installed on this thing, and fix the hydraulics. That's a big thing that I want to do, which now that I have this new hydraulic ram on there for the tilt cylinder, that hydraulic cylinder, that now that I have that one on there, it's already doing a lot better. I feel a lot better about towing with it now. I hadn't really been doing a whole lot of towing with it in the past because of that cylinder. So now that that has been replaced, I might still have that cylinder rebuilt. I'm not sure yet, just because it was an older cylinder. Shout out to Twin City Wrecker Sales for getting me that cylinder. No one had those cylinders. This boom tilt cylinder, that one has been leaking since I got it from Casey. You can actually see this sheen of oil that cylinder leaks, and I'm gonna be fixing that. I want to rebuild that. I'm probably gonna I might run over there today if I have time and go talk to Diamond Hydraulics about getting these cylinders rebuilt, or figure out what's going on with the hydraulics. And another thing I'm probably going to end up doing is I have backup cameras, one down there, one there, and then I had a wolf box camera, and I don't know how well you can see it. I think this door is locked, but you can see the wires hanging right there. Like, the rearview mirror mounts to the glass, and it keeps falling off. And I've had it restuck on there a couple times now, and that wolf box camera just weighs too much for this style of mount. It's better on like the newer vehicles where it's not mounted to the glass. And so I'm really thinking about taking the backup camera off of my big wrecker and sticking on here, because it has a wireless light where I can just mount the screen in there somewhere, and then I can just come back here and just slap the cameras onto the back of the truck. Only thing I'm not too sure about is how well it's going to sit on that diamond plate, which it has bolt holes on it, so I can probably bolt that on there. So I'm not sure. I might use that camera. I might get another one because I probably end up mounting one here looking kind of off this way. I thought about getting a newer, like a different 3-camera one where I have one camera on each side, because the little tow mirrors on this truck absolutely suck. This side being more like the blind side, this mirror being further away from me, it's really hard to see. And this is the side that I really want to have a camera on at least. So if I keep that other camera system, I'll put it on there. I might leave it on the big wrecker. I'm not sure yet. Depends on what I decide to do. The winch lines are going to be getting replaced. These wire rope winch cables have been on there since I bought the truck, and they're still in great shape. There's nothing wrong with them. But I have some Yankum winch lines that I got the last time I went to Oregon that I'm going to throw on this thing. So that's going to be happening in the very near future, most likely. I just got to clean up those sheep heads because they have some edges on it. This is not like a traditional, like a newer, modern sheep head design. You can actually see where the wire has dug into it on these. So I'm going to take a grinder and clean those edges up, round those off a little bit, and then those should be good to be able to put the wire, or take the wire rope off and put the synthetic winch line on. I gotta take the tensioners off the drums, and then this truck should be pretty much where I want it. At least, you know, for the majority of what I'm doing, because if y'all have been following the channel for a little while, I haven't been doing a whole lot of towing while my divorce and stuff was going on. Now that that's pretty much overdone and settled, the big wrecker is being sold, which is honestly the most capable truck in my fleet as far as towing goes. I can tow almost anything. I could have towed this Beetle with it. I could have towed, you know, I can go and hook onto a dually or a welding truck or a service truck or something heavy like that and tow with it. And that would be the most capable truck for me to keep. But I am just really partial to the little Ford. And I'm trying to do mostly off-road recovery stuff now. I've been doing way better with that, and I'm not working as much, which is a big thing to me. For those of you that are in the towing industry and stuff, you know how busy you are whenever you're towing full time. And as fun as it is, as much fun as I've had over the years, I don't want to work that much. I want to be able to have a life. Almost every single tow owner that I have worked for or worked around gets fed up with the work schedule, and I don't want to hate my life. You know, I don't want to have to be, you know, hating the thing that I love, you know, so much, which is the towing industry. I love doing towing and recovery. Now, I don't, you know, so many times now I get so busy doing towing and stuff, since I'm just a one-man operation, I don't get to go do the recoveries and everything that I really enjoy doing. I get so busy just towing that I can't do what I like, and it just, you know, it kind of sucks sometimes. So I'm not going to be getting rid of my wreckers. I'm going to stay towing, but I don't plan on trying to just go and just tow 24/7 like I normally have been for the past few years. I want to have a life, be able to go and do and enjoy it. If I want to go travel, I want to go hunting, I want to go fishing, I want to go racing, whatever it is I want to do, I want to be able to take off and go do it. If I need to find somebody to work a weekend for me, like a little part-time employee or something like that, I'll eventually do that in the future. Not right now. I really don't want employees. If I don't even have to have employees, I would rather it be just me. Just because towing and recovery is a very hard industry to find employees for, because nobody wants to work 24/7. And although you can find people that really enjoy it, I have worked as an employee for many years in the towing industry and had to deal with lazy coworkers. Look at this GT500 coming by. Check this out. I really like those early GT500s. Well, I'm really partial to that body style of Mustang, but I really like those GT500s. One day I will have one, which is a whole nother thing. Some of y'all may, or if you follow me on Facebook and other social media, seen that I sold my Mustang, my turbo car. I'll be getting another hot rod eventually. But I'm just liquidating some toys and stuff that I don't need so that I can focus on building the company and everything else. So, I think that's enough rambling. This has already been going on for way too long. And most of y'all probably stopped watching by now, but that's kind of where we're at on my plans moving forward. Big Wrecker is still for sale. If anybody wants it, $15,000 is what I'm asking for it. It's a good, solid running, driving truck. Has a few little oil leaks and hydraulic leaks and some little things that need to be fixed. It is a used truck, but it's otherwise good running shape. You can get in it and go and start making money. I'll even leave some straps and chains and the basic stuff on it, the forks, all that stuff that you can get in it and just go start making money. So anybody wants it, email is down below. Send me an email and let me know you want it, and we can talk about it if you want more details. I am going to hang out and wait for the shop to open. I'm about to call them and let them know we're here, and we will see what happens next. I don't know if it'll be a tow, if it'll be a recovery, or what. I'm behind on content a little bit. I had a video that I missed. I got better internet now finally, so I plan on having this video out pretty soon, and hopefully be able to get caught back up on my my posting schedule. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Back in the little wrecker working, so don't forget to give me a like, subscribe, leave me a comment. All that audience engagement stuff really helps push these videos and, you know, help me continue to make content for you guys. So hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.